Hey guys, so today I'm just going to go over with you what expository writing should kind of look like, just give you an example using our article here, Day of the Dead. So at this point, right, you should have already watched the video. Well, you should have read Day of the Dead. You should have watched the video on Wednesday explaining what expository writing is, right? Writing to explain. So our goal here is to explain something. And now today, we're actually going to try to do that. And so this is the world that we want to live in today. I've put this into the Google Doc that you guys will be working on, but for some reason it might not show up. So if that's the case, just copy and paste this into it and make sure that you're answering these 4 questions in your paragraph. So the first thing is we want to start with a clear topic sentence. And so I need you to understand what a topic sentence is. First off, breaking this down, a sentence, right? So one sentence, one subject and verb. Maybe make it a compound sentence, make it a complex sentence, and it's more than one subject and verb, but at the very least it's subject and verb. And then it's going to tell me clearly what your topic is, what you are talking about. Today we're talking about the article, The Day of the Dead, and we're going to have a question right here. Why is the Day of the Dead an important celebration for families and communities? And how do the choices families and communities make during the Day of the Dead celebration create a positive effect on their relationship, not traditions? You are writing a topic sentence for either of these questions. It makes no difference to me as long as you decide which one and you follow these 4 things. So, how do I do that? How do I make my topic sentence? It's very simple. It's probably the easiest part of expository writing because you're just going to restate the question and then answer it. That's it. That's what's expected of you in this topic sentence. So if I say, why is the Day of the Dead an important celebration for families and communities? You want to come over here. I'm going to do it in my copy version. Come down here where it says start writing. And you're literally going to say, the Day of the Dead is an important celebration. I'm going to fix important celebration for families and communities. And then you're going to add a word like because. Okay? You can do other words. You can. But because is pretty super solid and safe here. Okay? I'm going to underline and bold it so you understand that this is the word I really want to be seeing right now. Unless they give you a reason to do something else besides because, I would stick in that world. And if you choose to answer that first question, because there's 2 questions, they're both here for you in italics as well. Okay. If you choose to answer the other question, you're more than welcome to write the other question the other way. But I'm writing this one because I find this question to be the easier of the 2 questions to answer. And I'm writing this question. I'm only going to do one as an example. I'm not going to do both for you. But here it is. That's part 1 of it. The Day of the Dead is an important celebration for families and communities because, and now you want to tell me why. Why is the Day of the Dead an important celebration for families and communities? Give me a good reason. Now, ideally, you already kind of have the idea in your head. The article might help you as well. It might give you a reasoning or reasons why it is helpful. Okay? Or sorry, important. I'm going to say something about how it helps families connect with their lost loved ones, helps them remember their lost loved ones, something along those lines. But the Day of the Dead is an important celebration for families and communities because it allows them, pronoun antecedent agreement, to remember their lost loved ones. Or you could say it allows them to connect with their lost loved ones. And then you want to do part 2. So now we're going to do this. Right? That's all our topic sentence is. Now I know that as I read the rest of this paragraph, Mr. Black is going to talk about how why the Day of the Dead is important because it allows families and communities, them, to connect with their lost loved ones. And so now what I'm looking for is evidence. This is not from you. This is directly from the text. And you can write it a couple different ways, okay? But you want to just use a direct quote from the text. Now, you do kind of want to reference that direct quote in a specific way. And I believe we gave examples here, down here, right? So according to the article, that's all I want right there. I'm good. Or the text. But let's just do this one. This one's super solid. I believe you can just copy and, nope, that's going to be difficult. Or if I can control command C it, give it a shot. I can type it if not. Let's see what we got here. Oh, it let me do it. Of course, it's a crazy different font. That's frustrating to know. And what font? I'm using Arial 11, which I already don't like. I'm a Georgia guy. Not to be mistaken with Mrs. Carter and how she's a Georgia girl. More along the lines of like, I just like the Georgia font, whatever. Okay, so according to the Arial is more of a standard font. According to the article, and now here I want to copy and paste a direct quote from the text. Now notice I just changed my font so it matched this better. Is it still the wrong color? No, it looks weird. Is it? What is different about this? Because it is. I'm losing it. Okay, I guess it looks the same. So I'm just going to make sure that we start with a quotation mark here. So if you go back to the article, right, I actually found a spot here where it talks about this right here. Okay. Oh my goodness. Command C. Again, hopefully this lets me do it. It does. Ooh, look at that font. We have to change it. It looks blue to me. Let's change it and make it black. Let's change it down to 11. Okay, and then we end our quotation. All right. And then that's it. That's our quote. We've done part 2. We provided text evidence. That's what you need to do. Now, you want to reference the article like I did, and then you want to provide the quotation mark like I did. But other than that, you're just copying and pasting. And you noticed, right? I can copy and paste it, but the font is wrong. So you're going to need to change the font. If you decide not to change the font, you will lose points because it just looks bad. You saw how bad that looked. You know this. You guys, sometimes you turn this stuff into me, and I know you looked at it before you did, or I hope you did, and you're like, he won't notice, or he won't care, and I do. All right. Now, this is practice, but I'm gonna get on you, especially when we do the one that's gonna count for a quiz grade. So now you're going to just clearly explain, how does this evidence support your answer? So I said it allows them to connect with their lost loved ones. And then I said, according to the article, in Mexico, the celebration ends late at night with fireworks and much noise. It's a joyful ending to a day of remembering. In the Mexican tradition, the Day of the Dead provides a way of celebrating death as a part of the cycle of life. So here, this quote shows the connection because families are allowed to get closure or even show how much their family means to them. One of those things. But you're not just you're adding your own little spin on it, okay? Maybe something that's not directly there. It's not explicitly stated. It's more implicitly stated, what have you. And then finally, this is not the biggest necessity. If you get 1 through 3, you've really done a great job. But I do kind of want a summary statement, right? So this is why the Day of the Dead is such an important holiday or event. I'm going to say holiday. I'm going to be respect. Okay? That's it. That is it's 4 sentences. I expect 4 sentences. You can write more, but you don't need to write more. You need to write me 4 sentences. They need to look like this. I have an expectation that you've watched this 10-minute video because this is hard. It is not an easy thing. And I took the time because I know it's not an easy thing to do this for you. Yours should not look exactly like mine. It will be a little bit more challenging because you do have to find your own quote. But other than that, like this is something that should be easy for you to follow so you can do it. Now, I don't know if we're going to end up doing it next week or the week after. Depends on how the articles go. But soon, we'll be doing one without me doing this for you. I will not be making another video. I will be walking you through, and you will be expected to know how to do this because I've, again, shown you. If you have any questions, I'm going to refer to this video before I answer them. But if you've watched it and you're still unsure of how to do this, yes, of course, I'm always going to help. All right. So thank you guys for watching. I hope this makes expository writing a little bit easier, a little bit more clear for you. Of course, you can always reference this. I went step by step through the video. Okay, step by step. All right. Thank you guys for watching. Bye, everybody.